Hello, everybody. Welcome to um, Z Stream. Um, I'll be talking for a little bit. Uh, and yeah, so recently I have went to. Hold on, let me fix my camera. There you go. I have recently went to South Korea with my mom and um, and then I was there about 12 days. And we did some touristy stuff after 1 week after being there because my mom had to work. And we were doing some touristy stuff for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days, and then on the 19th I came back home. On the Saturday I went to see Mamamoo in concert, and there are some pictures on my Twitter, which is my handle is Nakamura Nariko. And then yeah, and I was hoping to get the light stick there when I found out that they were selling some merchandise at the venue, and I finally got the light stick. And it does have, oh, I don't have batteries in it. I'm not gonna show you here, but the one thing that and then another thing that they also gave us on the when we were getting our tickets, we get different photo cards that they gave. And on the 3 days that they did their encore tour concerts, and this one was one of it. What else did I do? I went around Myeongdong night market and some of the underground market stores, and found some K-pop albums that I'm currently trying to finish my collection for Mamamoo, and I have found hold up one minute. I found Pink Funky, and which is hard to find online because most of the stores are K-pop stores, don't have it because they're sold out. So, and I also bought the GGBB album. Hold up. Because I know I'm not muted on stream. Hold up. Let me just check. Okay. Okay. I lost my train of thought. And then we've also. And then we did in some shopping and eating a lot of good food. But yeah. Today we are going to do our third official session on Revels of Vercy with my friends. So let me switch the scenes and unmute myself and where's the Discord? Okay. All right. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. Now we can. All right. You guys go ahead and because I have you guys unmuted now.
Okay.
Great. Well, last time I remember we couldn't. After hearing the VOD, there was absolutely no voice from us, and there was that one person on the video who was saying, "Yeah, we can't hear whoever you're talking to." So first off, apologies for that, guys. It was just technical difficulties, technical issues on our side. We had fun, just didn't hear it.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It was my fault because I forgot to change some settings on my end. So this time I checked for that. So yeah.
Yeah. You were saying, Winnie or Jane?
I was not saying anything, but are we? How are we going to go about this right now?
Okay, so truth be told, guys, I kind of forgot about it, but I did do some small preparations. Today's session will be it could probably be relatively shorter than what we've done thus far because there probably won't be much, if any, sort of combat encounter. If anything, it's more going to be a social encounter throughout a city called Vercy, which is where your characters are.
Yeah.
Yay!
Before we get started, though, I wanted to ask a few questions for you guys, not related to the game at all. Is that okay?
Sure.
Sure. Totally.
Okay, so after this session, we'll have one more finish up the story between Mo Giggles and Winnie Malbrew.
Okay.
Do you guys want to continue with a new sort of system compared to D&D? If should we run another TRPG in the future?
What's
Um,
TRPG,
a
by the
tabletop
way?
role-playing game. Nariko.
Oh.
There's some D&D
Oh.
out there.
Oh.
Care to enlighten, Gunnhilder?
Just call me Vito, yo.
I know. I realized it too late.
Alright,
Let me stew in the regrets, okay?
It's okay, it's okay. We're all still getting used to each other, I guess. Anyway, what I mean is that I love D&D. I love the setting. However, sometimes I kind of want to pull away from that. One of my favorite systems for tabletop role playing is one called Call of Cthulhu. Unlike D&D, where you guys are typically
Hi,
strong,
Neon. It's
powerful
been
heroes
forever,
who can
yes.
over level almost anything,
How are you?
in Call of Cthulhu, you're essentially a normal human. Except the world itself is supernatural. You'll be facing against things beyond the human capacity to comprehend, such as Cthulhu, the whole Lovecraftian mythos. And like the entire
I
goal,
I've
say again.
I've probably heard about that one.
What I really like about that system is because it's different from D&D. Like I said, D&D is you are a powerful hero. You guys are telling a very
Yeah.
heroic story together. But in Call of Cthulhu, it's you, the player, telling a story of how either your character died, went mad, or is trying to come to grips with the fact that reality is not what it is not as we perceive it as human. That you are literally an insect in
Oh.
a greater world, sort of thing. There's a lot of
Maybe we
access.
should do that next. Cause that one seems interesting.
Yeah,
Hmm.
there are many like darker themes that you can explore with a system like Call of Cthulhu. Of course, that's just one of them. One of the other systems I was going to present is a very simple one. You know how we're rolling
Mm.
d20s for D&D?
Yeah.
Well, instead of rolling for d20s, everything will just be decided on a six-sided die, a d6. And this system is
Ah.
called Cogent. It's a very simple one started by a YouTuber who I watch frequently. It can be anything you want. Actually, before one of the first games I ever ran on Cogent system was Fire Emblem.
Ooh.
Yeah. Do you know of the Fire Emblem
Interesting.
series, Nariko? Also Jane?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, which games have you played from Fire Emblem?
Fate.
Uh. Hold up. I've played Awakening and hold up. Let me um I think I've played the I don't remember which Switch Fire Emblem I've played, but um I've also played that because I know there's several Fire Emblem games on the Switch.
Okay, so specifically you played the Switch Fire Emblems, Nariko.
I've played the one on the 3DS, Fire Emblem Awakening, and
Uh-huh.
then um one on the Switch,
But you've never
and I
played, well,
forgot.
the point I'm getting at is you've never played the Game Boy Advanced version.
No.
Okay. And Jabby, you've played Fire Emblem before.
Yes, I have.
The Game Boy version or
I did get it. I did get a glimpse of the Game Boy version. I didn't get far, but I did.
okay. Well, the game that I ran for Cogent was more directly related to the Fire Emblem uh Game Boy Advance version. Because in the Game Boy Advance version there are classes, and each character with their class improves. I mean, it gets different once you reach to things like Fire Emblem Three Houses, where essentially any character can change to any class that they deem worthy. Anyway, what I was getting at with the whole Fire Emblem thing is that Cogent is a very flexible system. If you guys want to continue with a heroic story, I would recommend that we go into that instead, so that there's less, in my opinion, there will be less thoughts on the player side, your guys' side, on what would be the optimized move or how not to die. Rather, it's just, okay, I can do this, I'll roll the dice for it, and the story progresses much more swiftly.
Yeah, it
Okay.
does.
All right. Any announcements before we get started, guys?
Um, not really.
For me.
Okay. All right. So, I guess we'll get started. I'm a little nervous now because I know I didn't really prepare too much. Let's move on to the next.
That's okay.
Let's move on to the provincial map first, which is where you guys are already, should be. You see this ping on the map?
Uh,
See it?
You see that,
Ah,
right? This pulsing thing on the map?
yes.
Okay. Give me a last time on the session. Go ahead, guys.
Last
I forgot I named a character Sir Bob's a lot.
That you did. There was a veteran knight. Well, a sergeant. He's not actually a knight, but I mean, he appreciates that you call him sir. That was traveling through the forest, the Rodfold forest over here, where you guys were beset by poachers. And because it's considered illegal, of course, they are criminals. And the knight, rather than turning on you guys and maybe harming you, he found some kindness in his heart, and after you guys persuaded him, he's brought you over to Vercy. But anything else you might remember?
Well, we already started at the end. Um, so we did fight a bunch of poachers, and we were nearly dead. It was a very
I
bad
almost
situation.
died.
Well, Mr. Bob's Lot helped us out, and right now we're traveling with him. Or well, that's where we left off.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions before we get started?
How long has it been since the fight?
It has been 3 days. I think I said this last time as well for the downtime.
Mhm.
Mm.
Oh, did you guys spend your downtime? I don't know if that was a thing that we did
You
last time.
asked us
Yes.
things that we wanted to
Yes,
talk
you did.
about in there. Yeah, like what we wanted to ask the people.
Oh yeah, the lore and such. Okay, I'm going to transfer you guys now to the next map. You guys are entering the city of Vercy. Just double checking, do you guys see this image on the top left and everything else is darkness?
I only see
Top
darkness right now.
left. I've only see darkness as well.
Okay,
Here.
this should reveal, I hope. There, do you see that?
Hey.
There we go.
As dawn, as the darkness turns to dawn, you guys are greeted by the sight of a bustling city. Even in the morning hours, about the third watch, which should be translating around 6 a.m., I think, there are already people at the gates of this grand city, which walls are about 100. Oh, that's way too much. Realistically, since this is a medieval setting, the walls here are about 30 feet high. And there's another set of walls behind it, actually. As you go through the gates, the guards letting you go because of Sir Bobslaw who vouches for you. The walls are layered, about three of them in a row. The one that's furthest away, the one that you guys meet first is about 40 feet high. And the one after that, 20. And the one after that, a little bit smaller at about 12. But it definitely tells you the history of this city, because 3 times it's expanded. And within those 3 gates, now you find yourselves in the closest one to the great big castle you see up here. So you guys are in the innermost
Ooh.
ring of the city. The
Anything
crowds are
more?
bustling, and temporarily you and Sir Bobsalot lose each other. What do you plan on doing?
Oh no.
Aren't we holding his cart and stuff?
No, once you guys get into the city, he has servants to do that.
Okay. Okay. So ever since they entered, Winnie's been nothing less than a chatterbox. Oh my goodness. I've never seen so many people all at once. It's like when our village has the meeting with everyone. There's everyone here. Are these homes? This is crazy.
Is that a question?
Uh,
There's no the rhetorical.
Okay, okay.
yeah. I smell food. Can we go get some food, Renee?
Yes. Let's find food. Do we smell anything? I'd
Yes.
imagine they're like vendors or something.
There are a lot of smells. Smells that you definitely have not ever thought of to smell before. First off, of course, is the smell of the people. And in fact, that you take a greater look at the people themselves, everyone here is very different. There are people with light
Mm.
skin tones, there are people with darker. There's even a person sitting on a sitting on the street itself with what looks like a flute or a pipe, and he seems to be playing it. It's a very high pitch, almost alto tone. and it seems to be drawing out a snake from a vase. He's wearing a turban,
Oh.
and he definitely smells way different compared to everyone else. I'm assuming that since you guys
Powerful
come from the
druid.
wild, you guys are able to identify aromas from the source a little better than other people.
Right.
And then your question about the vendors and the stalls. Here, in the innermost district, the buildings around you are actually more towards the residential side of things. But
Mm.
there are food areas along the way. You could see some of these buildings right over here and such would have these signs. One looks like a boar's head, another looks like a tankard of glass. And you're assuming that those are restaurants. Roll for me, Mo giggles. Since you're well, both of you guys, since you're both overwhelmed by many sensations, smells, and sights, especially sounds, you'll have to roll for me to identify more. What are you looking for in particular for food?
Looking for the most tasty scent, I guess.
Okay, the most
Oh,
appetizing aroma for
what are
Winnie.
we?
How
What are
about you,
we
Mo?
rolling for exactly though? Like
You will be rolling your perception.
perception. Okay.
Perception?
Yes, but
Okay.
you'll have to roll your charisma. In this case, you're going to want to roll low because the purpose of charisma is basically self-control as well. So you're trying
Alright.
to,
Mm.
if you roll high, it means you're able to control yourself, in which case like, you'll be able to identify the smell. But if you roll low, you're basically pulled by your desires towards the most
We're just
appetizing
rolling charisma
scent.
then, right? So not
Charisma
perception.
with your perception. Use your perception bonus, but without your wisdom modifier. Add instead your charisma.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll for charisma.
Okay, yeah, sure, do that.
Hey! Oh
Wow,
my gosh,
okay.
dude, that's a crit.
I know.
Go. Let's go.
Okay,
Woo!
so both of you, despite being in a new place, perhaps it's because you feel guarded, being around so many humans, a species you haven't even seen before until your foray in the forest. Because you're so guarded, you take your time to sniff out every single appetizing aroma. What are you looking for in particular? Just like the most tasty?
The
Yes.
tastiest.
Okay, cool.
And
okay, well,
something that we haven't tried yet.
Something
okay,
interesting
well,
might be
everything here you probably
from
never
its smell.
tried.
Oh yeah, that's true. True.
Outside, you guys
True.
see a woman wearing this weird white hat. Looks almost like extra hair. It's tuffy. It's like puffy up top. And she wears an apron in front of her, and she calls out, "Bake sale here, bake sale, selling the newest tortas and cakes here at the Bakery of Versailles." There we go. Hold that. The Bakery of Versailles.
It's gonna tug Mo giggles and be like, come on! Look at that!
Let's go. Let's go get some food.
All
We
right.
need from that woman.
You guys approach the woman with the weird white hat, and she's taken aback. She's never seen a centaur before, especially one as tall as you. In fact, she eyes you first, Mo, sees your
Hmm.
bursting muscles, and whistles. She goes, "You got some cake in you." But and then towards Winnie, she just looks you up and down, and goes, "Need some more meat in your bones, lass."
It's just really excited. I like your hair.
The
Smells good.
Thank you for the compliment.
the baker looks at the two of you and smiles and says, "From the south, are you?"
Yes.
"Excellent. I've heard of such things as your kind, bipedal or quadrupedal humanoids before. I never thought to serve one of you here, however, because I've heard that in the south, our cousins, the city-states, they don't typically allow for ambassadors of your kind. But nevertheless, let me treat you. It's your first time here in the city of Vercy.
Eh.
Well,
Yes?
thank you.
Okay, the baker
Oh.
leads you towards her bakery, of course. It's a relatively small place, actually, and you, Mo, you have to duck. Pretty big. Like, you have to duck a lot to get inside this. During this time period,
Ah,
the doorways are not exactly meant for anyone above 5'6".
ah.
Oh yeah,
Can't
you
put
have
your
to
head on the
like,
roof.
you almost have to do like a
I
Russian.
have to duck.
Yeah, you pretty much have to do like the Russian can thing to get through. And it takes you a while to get through just normally, and so people behind you who have been waiting in line for the bakery are like, "Hey, what you doing, man? Get moving. Time's a wasting here." But eventually you do make it. Before you guys
Woo.
are a bunch of I can't bring out an image right now, but imagine a French bakery, because this place, Vercy, is very much inspired by France. Before you are colors unlike anything you've ever seen. There's these small little pastries about the size of a little bit smaller than a palm of a hand. They're all colored in different hues. The baker has them displayed in the colors of the rainbow, of course: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And beside these, which she points at a sign, you can't read what it says, but then she says they're called macaroons.
Ooh.
Try.
She, hmm And then she presents the other cakes in her bakery. She says, angel food cake. Right over here, the strawberry shortcake. And then she just keeps going down the list. Some made of wines, some made of sugars. And she goes, okay, well, to be told, we've been having a lot of shipment of sugar lately. So only today am I able to create so many of my creations. So please, which one would you like?
Ooh.
May I have the strawberry shortcake?
All right. Well, she doesn't have. At this time period, no one boxes anything. You buy it and you take it as a plate. And so the baker, this blonde-haired woman with the chef's hat, is starts to cut up the pieces. She gives you a quarter. She goes, I cannot give you the full thing, but this should be enough to
Aw.
get you going for the rest of the day.
Alright, thank you so much. Meow, meow, meow.
You measure the strawberry shortcake in your hand, Mo, and it's about as thick as your forearm. This is a thick cake. You know how in
Thick.
most strawberry shortcakes the bottom side would be like this flaky thing, right?
Yeah.
This one is based on the time period. This one is much thicker. It's definitely close towards like a pie than a modern day cake as we know it today. It's like a strawberry short pie, I suppose.
Oh.
Winnie, what did you want?
Winnie is looking at everything. She looks so conflicted. She's like, ah,
Everything is
what?
confectionaries and rainbows and dreams.
Winnie, Winnie is drooling despite herself, and eventually she's gonna be like, I don't know. And she'll try to find whatever the biggest thing that they have in the bakery is, in hopes of getting like a whole lot of something.
The baker looks at what you're pointing. She raises an eyebrow and says, are you two like that or not? Eyeing the two of you. Oh well. She goes to this 4 foot tall cake, about maybe 3 feet in diameter, with about four layers. The fifth layer on top is just a tiny one. I guess it's part of the fourth layer. And she basically goes to the base layer, this enormous cake, and she takes out maybe like 5% of this enormous cake. And she hands it to you with an apologetic smile, saying, "I'm sorry, but I cannot give you too much. This one is too rich to the taste." You got a
Winnie's
wedding
so
cake.
excited.
You got a piece of wedding cake.
Let's go! You can like stuff it in her mouth and like try to share some with Mo Giggles, because I'd imagine just having this huge slice of this like tall slice of something is a little bit weird to carry.
Well, yeah, I mean it's pretty awkward. But so are you guys going to start eating it there within the bakery?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Yes.
the baker does hold a small conversation with you guys, asking for your names, presenting a bit of tidbits about the cakes that you guys are eating. But the people outside, which the baker is glaring at, saying like, "Don't interrupt," basically, are clamoring for more bread. She may be a baker, like a confectionery, but her primary business is bread. And because of the
Hmm.
clamor, a certain mustachioed sergeant manages to spot you two. It's Sir
Oh.
Bob's a lot.
Her mouth stuff, she's gonna be like, Shabaj, what? You
Oh.
want some?
Oh. We've been caught.
We didn't do anything bad.
Uh,
But
the man looks at the
we lost
cakes.
him.
The man looks at the cakes that you guys are eating, and he mutters quietly to himself something about animals. But anyway, he goes, "Come with me. We need to go."
Oh. Okay. Let's go, Vine.
I'd be like, bye,
We'll
bye.
finish it on the way.
Roll for me a Constitution save, guys. We'll see if you guys get a sugar rush,
Oh, we're gonna get
like
like
a bad
freaking
sugar rush.
stomach ache. This is the most sugar we've ever had in our lifetime.
You guys have had sugar before. Your settlement back home has sugar canes, but this one is
Whoa!
very processed, and processed sugar cane is very effective.
Who?
Oh!
Winnie, you have the zoomies. You can you can update your condition. You're considered hyperactive. Basically, you'll be able to do an extra action if we ever get into a combat.
Oh.
But am I
Until
gonna
the next
crash
combat.
though? Is that my
Yes, you will go into
Oh
a sugar
no!
crash at some point in this session.
She's running circles
Oh.
around Sir Bob's a lot. She's like, Sir Bob's a lot. You should eat this. You should eat this.
Bob's
Don't mind her.
raises his eyebrow and looks at Mo. What did she do?
Don't mind her. She just ate a whole piece of wedding cake.
Wedding cake.
Well, Sir Bobsalot leads you away from the city and towards another part of the district. So, the city is kind of built circular. The first thing built was the castle itself, and then outwards and so forth, so on and so forth. But the place that he's leading you right now is just within the same layer that you're at right now, except you guys came in from the east. He's leading you towards the south and west. And there you see another site. There's essentially everything on the west side, and everything on the west side would would have you see this. Do you see that at the bottom?
Anime garden?
Yes.
No, but okay. Thank you. What you saw out there is just Vercy with the people. Here is the name, the Garden City, for which Vercy is known for.
Oh.
Oh, that's like
I have
home.
no idea what accent I gave Sir Bob Salat, so I'm gonna give him like a mercenary accent, I guess. French merc.
Sir Bob's
Okay.
can be whatever he wants.
Far across, as far as the eye can see, you guys bear witness to hedges. And among these hedges, countless flowers of so many kinds. In fact, you're surprised to see that there are some flowers from your homeland also found here, except they're much more spread out, and you've never seen so back at home you'd see tulips, I'd say, and those tulips would just be mostly reds and blues, and here they have all myriads of colors. And There's even one rose, one tulip in particular, right in the middle of this, right in the middle of the place where you guys are walking, and it's even got a small like crystal cage set on top of it. And written on the sign of it, Sir Brobsova points it out, says, "This is the black tulip. Very rare. It took about 7 generations of gardening to produce a phenotype of this kind. You've never seen such a thing, yes? Does it not put you at all?"
Eh. No, we don't get those. Or these.
It looks. I've only seen some of these flowers, but not all of these.
Well, he looks wounded, almost a little shocked when he realizes that you guys, being creatures of the forest, have absolutely no interest in their attempts at recreating a garden on Aya, like a primitive garden. He looks away and goes, "Well, I suppose I should not have expected much from youngsters. But anyway, I brought you to this garden because I have my charge is walking around here right now. I was not told exactly where he is, but I know where he likes to travel. If you can, help me find a man with black hair, long, flowing in the wind."
Long, flowing in the wind. Got it. Run! Winnie's gonna
Winnie,
run.
wait up.
Winnie
Oh,
zooms forward. Winnie, you will have an advantage in your search roll. Mo, since you're looking after Winnie, you will have a disadvantage in turn. Go ahead and roll
okay.
for me your perception, guys, as you look forward this black-haired individual.
Perception.
Ew. That was a 16.
Roll for me a perception again,
dang.
Mo, because you're supposed to have disadvantage. It means that you roll.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It's all good.
Normal disadvantage. Submit. We.
Where are you?
Okay, you got a 13. You two, despite her best efforts to make herself an annoyance, you, Mo, managed to control Winnie as during your search, and you both come across several people with black hair. In fact, there's one that's sitting at a circle nearby, and she seems to be muttering a bunch of things. Her hood is up, but you could definitely see the long, flowing hair from behind her. She's wearing green robes. He's the first one that you guys encounter. Let me see. I'll roll a d4. How many people did you find? You found one. It's her. Never mind. You didn't find the person, but you found her.
Are you Sir Bob's-a-Lot looking for you?
Winnie,
Woman's-
please come down.
You guys approach the woman, and her eyes are closed. She seems to be ignoring you as she mutters stuff.
Hello? And
Hearing
I
is
tapped her
criticism.
on the
You need to
shoulder
be louder.
to.
You try to tap her on
I
the
tap-
shoulder, Mo, but the moment you approach within 5 feet of her, it's as if the earth itself shifts and purposely moves you backward.
I see her get like pushed back or something.
No, she's not pushed back. Imagine that the earth itself lifts itself and then moves backward.
So
Like
do I see her
piano
move
keys.
backward,
Imagine
or like
yeah, like piano keys, right? When you go, it's like that.
Oh. Like in the Encanto
Yes, yes.
movie. Okay. Okay.
hello?
How rude.
The woman lowers her head and seems to be perspiring with every one of your like insults and the commentary as she continues murmuring and doing something.
Yeah, Winnie's gonna call out for Sir Bob's-a-Lot, like she's telling on someone.
Sir Bob
Bobble-lot!
Salat is a distance away. He seems to be more focused on searching, so he doesn't notice you guys.
Ah!
In fact, he seems to be jogging in the opposite direction.
Oh my. Humans.
Ugh.
Alright, great.
Hmm.
Are you going
Is
to
she doing
persist
anything?
on? Are you going to persist on this person?
Well, is she doing anything or is she just like praying basically?
All right. Okay. So what is your curiosity about her? You want to know what she's doing, or do you want to like know why she's doing this? Like
I want to
what?
know what she is doing.
Okay, so you want to know what? Mo, what is your curiosity about her?
I wonder why she's doing it.
All right, cool. So Mo, I want you to roll for me insight. Winnie, I
All
want
right.
you to roll for me charisma. You'll be using persuasion.
Insight. Okay.
Dang. 12.
Ah.
Dang.
Okay,
Ah.
Winnie, you incessantly pester this person, even though you can't get inside this strange, like, theoretical bubble around her, no matter which direction you approach. But you notice that every time, like, if you skip towards her, basically keeping your legs off the ground as you approach, you're able to get closer. Mo, but your persistent talking is already causing her to sweat even further, and she's like almost doubled over. Mo,
Oh, she's like sweating.
you try to look around, see what in the world that like she might be whispering about. It does kind of remind you of something else that maybe your elders used to do, specifically the elders, when the farming would not do too well. When A is too high
Oh.
on sugar to figure that out. You guys
Okay.
can interact one more time with this person.
We
Do
see
you
that
want to continue? Or
she's sweating, right? Or something like that?
yes. Her hand you her hand is shaking and it seems to be like more outstretched, but she's definitely like almost bowled over right now.
Must be kind of hot. Uh, Winnie might
Wow.
try to
Okay.
like fan her from a distance with her hand.
The moment you touch her, after skipping over and bypassing whatever this natural defense was, her back arches and the hood falls off of her face. You notice that her face is full of markings, like made of like these blue lines across her face and on her forehead. And as you take a closer look, as she's spasming from you touching her, she has a lot of these markings
Oh
on her
no.
hands and even her feet, which happen to be bare. This black-haired individual uh, crumples backward, her legs still in a mostly seating position. Her eyes are like rolled over the back of her head.
Oh, scary.
Uh, uh,
For a moment, you actually come down off your sugar high, Winnie. How's how familiar are you guys with magic? Just based on your backstory.
Um, I know some from but like not too much.
Mo, the
uh,
kind of magic that you know, like being in the arena, is not really magic. It's more like highly advanced technology. But you don't quite know that yourself. So this is very strange to you. What you've seen were miracles that basically like it just happened. It's like there is science behind it, but you don't understand. But this magic here that you're witnessing is not the same as what you know. Winnie, what's your background in
uh,
magic?
Winnie doesn't personally know any magic, but I like to believe that maybe in Druid in freaking Faytown, she's at least seen maybe a druid at work before and it's been like, oh, okay, that's magic. But this doesn't seem like anything she'd find like that she'd have seen as well.
Okay, well that makes sense. the magic that you've seen that you remember back in your hometown is more towards manipulating fire, like just life itself, helping it grow, encouraging it to change and keep strong. What you're seeing this person, uh, watching this person like and her spasming body still, you notice that her skin is basically sweating blood now.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Yeah. So her clothing as her body starts sweating blood. Her clothing is of course becoming more damp and rather than being green, light green that it used to be, it's become darker. From behind you, you hear a voice saying, "What are you doing?"
she needs help.
Uh,
Oh, and you guys notice that after she stopped muttering, the sunlight and the plants around you are starting to look less vibrant by the second.
oh no.
She's gonna like usher Bobslot over. Come on, she needs help.
Uh,
I didn't do anything.
it's not Sir Bobslot. In
Oh,
fact, what you see before you is a young man, not a boy. Well, I mean, he's closer towards the boy than he is a man. He has fuller cheeks, and his hair, black and long flowing, is honestly quite beautiful to see. His fair skin, though,
oh.
marks him as someone different. His eyes are green, almost as green as yours, Mo.
Let's
Ah.
usher him over. Can you
On
help
his
me? He
on his
help.
front is what like looks like on his front looks almost like an apron, but kind of upside down, where an apron covers mostly like the lower half. This one's covering like his top half. If I could describe it that way to you guys, something that your characters would understand.
Okay. Hey, young
I'm
boy.
gonna beg him to help.
Um, can you help us?
He overlooks the woman on the ground, just touching her forehead, feeling her pulse, and then he whistles something way out. Unlike any other whistle that you've known before, though, like this one rings really far. In fact, it shouldn't be natural for anyone to be able to do that unless like their body is made to do that. But somehow his whistle just carries out. And in
Oh.
minutes, while he's looking over this woman, medical aid comes in the form of knights, and they seem to be
Oh,
very angry.
I did not touch her. Renee touched her. Uh,
Wow, throw your friend
yeah.
under the bus.
Sorry, Renee.
Mo, you you have not. Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? I don't even know what. Oh, she's gonna like put her hands up and be like, "We're Mr. Bob's a lot. Where's Mr. Bob a lot?"
the young man,
Surprise a lot.
the young man looking over the mage looks at you guys, goes, "You know Bob's a lot? He's my
He's our
guardian.
friend.
He's my shield."
Eh?
Hey,
He's not
what
a
do you
shield.
mean
He's a
by
human.
shield?
Uh, he realizes then that you two are not exactly human. He blinks, groans, and then says, "Sir Knights, could we hold off on this conversation before the Knights even get to you guys and start berating you?" Basically, the young lord takes over, says a few things, lets you guys off the hook, and then takes you away. While he's
Woo.
Yeah. But the guards, unfortunately, some of them do stay to make sure that you're escorted out of this garden. The next place
We're
comes
gonna
up.
get in trouble. We're gonna get in
Uh,
trouble, Mo.
You guys think you're
oh
not in trouble
no.
already?
Well,
Well,
we're in more trouble.
All right. So you guys see the thing on the right now?
On the
C.
right. Holy crap! Yes, we do. What a tall hallway.
Yes, a very tall hallway, and there's a very specific reason for that. You guys are taken away from the second. Okay, if you were to think about the layers as 1, 2, 3, and 4, the 4 being the furthest, like the city walls, the very very furthest. You guys are currently in layer 2 still. This person brings you to layer 1, and inside layer 1 are houses so opulent and so different. The architecture in every single one is beyond what you would think. You've seen commoner houses before, because like before arriving to Vercy, you guys did pass by some villages, and those villages they're mostly straw, wood, very simple, very survival based. Here, unlike even the buildings in Vercy that you've seen, the residential area, these houses are almost they're built specifically to make you question why they built it. It's so opulent and so rich that you don't know why they did this. Can you guess where you are right now?
The hallway.
Uh, a rich person's house.
The young man who's leading you turns to you and says, "You must not be diplomats if you don't know much about Vercy, at least to this degree. Let me
No.
present to you the houses of the 100 Kingdoms."
Huh?
Okay, he gives you guys a small historical rundown. Essentially, as you're walking towards his home, which is this place with the big old chandeliers and the like, he goes,
Mm.
mm, to break it down simply, this district, the first layer, the deepest, the core of the city of Vercy, is a cesspool of political intrigue and houses, all noble and yet corrupt in a way. And here is where we do all of our political intrigues, where snakes consume snakes and lions consume lions. You will never find a place as rich as this city, and you will never find a place so beautiful and yet so corrupt. He points out to several houses, calling them by their houses' names. And each one that you notice, there's one, there's one that he points to, and the house colors seem to be more towards like a mahogany red, and the guards that
Mm.
are within it all wear gilded armor. So they'd be wearing steel armor, but then on the shoulder pauldrons are this like gilded gold. And the swords that they carry, they seem to prefer using axes actually. At another family he points at, it's much smaller than the other houses, but it's still beautiful, opulent. But the guards they have there, it's just one dude, one guy sitting on the street, sitting on a chair, like not really guarding anything. He's got his shield though, is silver, sterling silver, and it shines in the sunlight. And you could feel just from him looking at you, as relaxed as he is, he's even more dangerous to the people wearing mahogany. And so he keeps pointing out houses until it comes to his own, and he goes, "This is the manor of House Rousseau. Behave yourselves." And then he
That's condescending.
shows you guys into the hallway. What do you guys think? I'm sorry. I know I'm talking a lot. I don't know if I'm like over.
It's good. If we want
It's
to
good.
do introductions, can we maybe like type in the chat while you're doing your monologues and such?
Yeah, sure. You guys are always allowed to just type on the chat the thoughts that you have among each other,
Okay,
so on and
appreciate
so
that.
forth. Yes, of course. Like you guys can RP on the chat. When I used to be, well, when I was mostly a player for Roll20, that's what I would do because we'd have groups of 6. There's a lot of things going on, so I just like RP in the middle of it all, but through text.
Mo, would you like to reveal your thoughts first?
There. Whoa. um. It. The. Um.
You got this, Queen.
Why are there so many houses like these, by the way?
Ah, well, the answer is very simple. If I tell you that the name of our of our people, if we are known as the 100 Kingdoms, what does that bring to your mind?
100
Yes, 100 Kingdoms.
kingdoms? 100 houses or something like that? Or just like,
Actually, there are far more than 100 houses. But yes, to put it simply, mm, if a con- if if we all put together this, if to give you a scale of how many people there are and how many houses there may exist, count however many paintings you see on this wall. He points towards his ancestral hallway, and already you see there are at least five rows starting from the very
oh,
top. Yeah, and you even see a servant on a really long ladder. There's another servant at the bottom, like sliding it to and fro. Two maids, and they're basically like making sure that the portraits of his ancestors are well dusted. However many rows and however many columns of these paintings there are still yet more houses in this long, long hallway. And
oh.
each house holds perhaps 100, perhaps 200. So, warriors, knights, peasants, but they're all loyal to the kingdom that they serve. Basically, he's giving you a rundown that the humanity that you guys heard of way back in the village, you've heard that humans were primitive. They don't really there's not many of them, but when they gather in one place, they do start getting more numerous. It seems that that information is true, except it's extremely, and I mean you guys have already recognized this a long time ago, it's extremely outdated. Humanity has grown from just being people living in the forest, barely able to survive, to people who have even a royalty, like a concepts of royalty and a hierarchy. Similar to what you guys knew from your village's history when they would talk about the elves, the high elves. I'm trying to like give it to you guys in a lore friendly way. Do you guys have any other questions?
Mm.
uh, Winnie's kind of looking around amazed, and eventually she'll like turn up to him
Oh,
and be
you
like,
guys, you notice that he's also leading you towards this really long table, and that hundreds of servants are about doing their business, setting things up on this table in sterling silver cutleries and plates. And he looks at Mo in particular and goes, you are quite stacked.
Of course I'm stacked. What do you mean?
Just double checking, yes. You don't eat hay, do you?
Bro,
only on the
I
weekend.
take offense of that. Even though I look like a horse, I eat human food as well. So,
He seems to be writing something down on a piece of paper. He goes, yes, yes. And meat. He looks at the two of you with his eyebrow raised. Yes, yay, nay.
I prefer not to.
No, yeah, she's gonna like nod her head.
Wait, okay, so Winnie nods her head.
Yeah.
Okay, so in other words, you, faun? A satyr. What do you call yourself? That's beyond the point. You eat meat, whereas you, centaur. Horse girl?
Yes.
Disco girl.
Uh,
You eat.
basically, yeah.
You do not consume meat. Is that correct?
Once in a while, yes. But most of the time I'm a vegetarian. But if I want to do like break from just eating what I usually eat, then yes, I'll have meat. But most of the time, it's just ve- vegetarian stuff.
All right. He hands over like the slip of paper that he's been writing over to a servant nearby, one who's always been next door to him, right beside him, and he tells him, "Get the baker. We will, we will, we will provide the spread today." You don't know what that means, but sure. Anyway, he goes, You will dine with me tonight. You will be my guests if you will stay by the hospitality of House Rusol. Is that agreeable with you?
Winnie looks excited.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Claps his hand. Go ahead. Make yourselves at home. Ask my servants if you need any assistance, and I am not sure exactly how I should present to you your rooms, or if you would prefer to sleep outside.
Wow.
Uh. Uh.
By the way, he doesn't look apologetic at all whenever you would be like indignant towards him. In fact, he looks impatient, as if like, oh come on, let's move on to the next topic.
This guy's gonna be fun to mess with.
Yes. Yes.
Winnie would just
Yes.
smile and laugh.
Yeah.
Smile and nod.
All right, and
I.
his patience, which already seemed to be pretty thin at this point, seems to break. Once you guys are saying yes, he turns towards the next thing that captures his attention and goes, "My father will not be joining me tonight, so I shall be hosting this myself. Anything else I must do? No. Okay. I have other tasks to do, so my guests, please, do not bother me. Come back in about an hour."
Come back in an hour, okay.
He's gone.
Bye.
Right beside you,
Okay.
you hear a sigh. He goes, "Lord Rousseau, always, always a brat." And
What do you mean?
Gasp.
Sir Bobsalot right there is like, "Well, you see, I do not know about your kind, but gifted folk such as he. Gifted, by the way, is a term that means people who can use magic. Gifted folk such as
Oh.
he is he's an aeromage. And
What?
those who are unbalanced towards controlling the wind, they typically have very interesting personalities. The fact that he could be as patient as he is with you only shows that he's not quite as powerful as he seems. The more powerful he is, the less likely he will be to be patient."
Oh.
Yes,
Ah.
his
Oh.
mother was very much like that.
Oh.
So, he must be very adept at breaking wind, I see. When he's
Yes.
around.
Bobsalot gives a smile and he goes, "Yes, in fact, it is quite rude to break wind in front of guests. So he must have left because he needed. Anyway, I must
He.
guard him. I must guard him. So if you have you are free to you are free to reign the manor as he says. Please do not mind the whispers. The commoners here are not exactly from our country. Most of them are hired from outside. Anyway,
Oh.
he
Okay.
gives you guys a wave and he says, if you do need to buy something, well, just let me know beforehand. Anyway,
Okay.
you guys are free to examine the place. You guys can go over to the city side of Vercy again. He does recommend you. Okay, so Sir Bobslot says stay within the two layers. Anything at layer 3 and 4, specifically layer 4, do not. Well, no, specifically layer 3. Do not try to do anything. Like, do not even stay there for longer than 5 minutes if you need to.
What happens if you stay there for longer than 5 minutes?
You drop dead.
He gives a grim smile and he says, "Well, let us just say that hunger drives people to do terrible things.
Oh,
Uh, uh
oh,
that seems like a trend.
okay.
Vercy is a beautiful place, but only to those who can afford it."
Oh,
Oh, I love that. That's a really good line. I'm sorry, that's OOC.
Anyway, you guys are free to examine the place. Also, you are able to go outside. If you do, let me just say that I don't have combat encounters planned, so it might be unbalanced if I have to prepare a combat encounter.
Mo, where do you want to, anything you want to see?
Or any
uh,
questions that you guys might want to do. Like, basically, I'm giving you guys free reign to examine this medieval to Renaissance level version of like France.
Hmm.
Based on my own historical knowledge, of course, I'm admitting that there is fantastical elements in this place.
hmm. Can we just walk around and see what we can do, Rene, in the city?
Okay, so it depends, right? Where I'll go ahead and name things. Where's text? Want to go
Okay.
for Merriweather. Okay, cool. So I'm going to name things to help you guys figure out where you want to go, right? So right over here is going to be oh, nope. Okay, change it to white. You guys can keep talking amongst yourselves.
Um,
Okay.
Here,
this place is
let's see.
huge, Mo. I've never seen anything
I
like it.
know.
Um, and I don't suppose you remember seeing anything like this either when you left. Hmm.
Yeah, I don't.
Enclave
Well,
Manners of
There's
Vercy.
there's rare. I mean, I barely even remember anything.
yeah, that's becoming more apparent. But, hmm, when you kind of, um, what I don't really get is why everything is so much, you know? Uh, Vito, if I could actually have Winnie maybe call over a servant or something, or like approach one,
Sure, sure.
she's gonna ask like, why is everything, why, why, why is the roof so
Why?
tall?
Why
Why
everything? Why?
is, why is everything so shiny? Why is there gold? It's soft. I don't.
Roll for me a d4.
Okay, D4. Hold up, that's just straight up. Yeah, D4.
Okay. The servant that you asked this question is an older matron of the house. Her hair is graying, but she looks at you she looks down at you behind her bespectacled glasses. Even though you're a little bit taller than her, and she goes, "Well, honored guests, your question
Excuse
is
me.
why we
Yeah.
would be so proud of our ancestry, of this house, of the riches that was provided us. Is that correct?"
Not really, but I mean, sure, yes.
She clicks her tongue underneath her. She clicks her tongue, but she kind of hides it with a small, almost superior smile, and she goes, "Of course, of course. But you see, power is everything. And how does one project their power? Among the houses here, riches. That is how one projects their power. For you see, Versi is a city of many, many noble houses. To differentiate one over the other is to display your power, your riches. And the richer you are, the greater your influence.
Oh.
House Rousseau is, if I may deign to say, the best.
Hmm.
Let no one else
I
say otherwise, not especially the minor houses. Have you ever seen that house over there? House Drakewell of the Brayonians? Those Brayons know nothing of style. They use wood of all things. They prefer wood over metal. Ha! Anyway, you were saying?
You really like working here, huh?
Her eyes shine and she says, "Of course. Myself and my mother and my grandmother before her, we have been head maids of House Rousseau for generations. And my daughter, well, let's not mention her.
What happened? Oh wait, never mind. No, never mind. I
She
I
she
won't go
glares at you
further.
for asking nothing. No, I
I'm
will
gonna
not
kind of
speak
freak
of
out.
her.
Okay.
I guess there's some bad blood between you two.
She mutters something about uh failing, but that's about it. I am quite busy, honored guests. If you would like to ask more questions, the less there are many maids out here who are more than happy to waste their time not cleaning the house or maintaining the beauty of this place. I'm sure that they would be more than happy to assist you.
Oh, okay. Should we hear the gossip? Renee.
Well,
Ooh,
not long after you guys leave the head matron, a young boy comes up to you guys and he goes, "So, you guys want to know more about the dark side of the city?"
Yeah.
yes, little boy.
This young boy with a weirdly smooth voice goes, "Of course. Oh, what can I get you? What kind of poison would you like?"
Talking like that. Tell us
Hmm.
all the tea. And wait, you work here, right?
A sweat drop goes down the side of his face, and he takes his time biting into the apple that he has, which you're pretty sure you saw hanging from the apple tree outside of the gardens here, which you had a bunch of guards in it before. And he goes, "Yes. Anyway, follow me. I don't like being in the same place at the for too long. Will you follow the boy?"
I'll follow the boy.
uh, well, let's follow the boy. Here
All
comes the
right.
boy.
The young boy who seeing him from the back, now you notice that his clothing, which are like brightly colored, much like the nobility around here or like the servants, they're definitely dusty. And the way that he eyes some of the things around here, like the paintings and the cutlery, the silver in particular, gives you a feeling that it's his first time seeing these sort of things. But anyway, he leads you outside. You come across some guards, but he manages to smooth talk his way through, saying that he's guiding you to. Actually, he starts speaking a little bit weird when he says that when they question him, saying he'd go into an outburst saying, "What do you mean? I am just a poor boy doing my duty. I need to make money for my family. My sister who is sick, she cannot move." Just going off like that. I'm sure you guys have had some sort of experience like that before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Okay, Nariko, you need to travel more. But anyway, the boy leads you guys through the alleyways, through the streets, and then you find yourselves in layer 4.
Oh,
Oh God.
So, I do not. I've done this song and dance for many a royal brat before. We've been lucky. I cannot say that every foray has been successful, but I will do my best to make sure that you're not killed at the very least. He puts out his hand and goes, "The first payment, I can bring you here, and and only I know how to bring you out safely. Payment, please.
Like strangely.
Uh,
Should like high five him.
He offers his hand with its palm upwards, and then Winnie just raises her hand and boom. Okay, roll for me a d6, actually. Roll for me a d6 of that.
Okay.
Add your dexterity. Okay, never mind.
Dexterity?
The,
Okay.
the strength and speed at which you slap his hand causes him to flinch, and it sends shockwaves towards his arm. He gives you
sorry.
a very mean grin. He goes, I had that one coming, for sure. But did you really need to slap me that hard?
Oh. Sorry, kiddo.
Well, with his right arm numb now, he puts out his left arm and says, "No, I am not looking for a high five. I'm looking for my pay."
You know what he wants?
I decided to high five him back with it with the other with the other
Okay, roll for me a
hand.
d6 too.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll for him a d6 as well.
Oh, okay.
Alright, he sees you going down for it because he first sees your mischievous grin. Unlike Winnie, you can't really hide your intentions until the very last moment.
She has that
And
crazy
so
look in her eyes.
the moment you bring down your hand, he sees you tensing up your muscle. It's as if your biceps just bulged outwards as you slam down. The air itself seems to cut as you slam into his hand, but where his hand is, there's nothing. In fact, the boy gulps the moment he takes his hand out because he fears that maybe if you did smack him there, he might have actually lost that hand. Scowling at the two of
No.
you, he goes, "Well, if that's how you want it to be." He gives off a low whistle. I'm not gonna
I
whistle.
don't have money.
Okay, he whistles and he goes, "You're on your own."
Hey, wait!
Yo,
He starts to
you
slowly
said
walk away. And by the way, like the place, how did you guys get here? Roll for me your wisdom. Just straight a wisdom saving throw.
wisdom
You
saving
need a
throw.
19 for this.
Oh, okay.
No. No.
Remember
Oh.
that you guys also have your inspiration every session if you want to re-roll anything.
Mm.
Hmm.
I'll use Winnie's for this. So I'm gonna try another.
I'll also use mine.
No!
Wait. Hold up. Is it just for like one of us to remember how we got here, or?
Yes, that's why I'm having you
Yeah.
both roll.
Okay. Then I'll use my inspiration
Okay, go
as
for it.
well.
All right.
I was gonna say you should wait for me to do my thing before you use it up.
Go ahead, Mo.
Oh,
Okay, well,
gosh dang it.
Winnie, you and your exuberance. By the way, you're feeling the sugar high starting to slowly come down, and
Oh no.
yeah,
Oh god.
Winnie,
Really
you
starting to feel
guide,
a little bit
you
weary.
take Mo's hand and you start guiding her throughout the labyrinth of the fourth layer. Believing in your own memory, believing in your own memory and and yourself as you guide her throughout the labyrinth. Except you find yourself actually getting yourself lost even deeper. Good job, Winnie.
We're in a labyrinth?
The fourth layer, okay, so to describe it like this, right? The first layer, which is where the Mainers are, the royal houses. It's opulent, it's great, it's big, lots of guards, everything there is impeccable. second layer, that's where the garden city is, but it's also where part of the residential area are for the higher class artisans. The third layer, where you guys are at right now, is like an instant change. Where in the second layer, there were lights, lamps, everything seemed safe, if extremely crowded sometimes. The third layer, it's almost dark. It's like it's past noon. It's heading towards evening, but it's already dark. The
Wait,
buildings
I thought we were
here,
in the fourth layer.
the buildings here, in order to stay within the third layer. No, you guys are not in the fourth layer. The fourth layer is, I specifically said you guys are in the third. So in this third layer, the buildings here are even taller than actually anywhere else. They're really tall.
Oh.
Why? Because there are so many people who live in this squalor, and the rule of Vercy is that you can't build outwards. You have to build. You can only build on the land that you've got. They've built up, and they've also built down. So you guys are basically among towering dark buildings made of wood and whatever material they could find, with noises depicting families, maybe of 11 families living on one tall tower with maybe 7 rooms. And these tall towers are about as tall as the wall itself outside that you saw, the 40-foot tall walls. So these are stories of buildings. Finding yourselves now lost, it's as if the darkness and the situation collapses itself upon you. You guys are in deep doo-doo. Literally,
Oh
you
no.
lift up your hooves and you see human waste on it.
Ugh.
Oh no.
I'll say it kind of parallels what we have at the Faytown, because we live in the. If Mo remembers, in Faytown, everyone lives in the hollowed out tree, whereas these guys are living in like wooden freaking apartments. That's
Actually, that's a
interesting.
very astute observation, Winnie. You can regain your inspiration.
Frick, yeah, let's go, baby. Let's
If you want to
go.
try rolling again, you can.
Can is there maybe like I don't know a tree or something? I don't know. Well, when he's trying to
You
look for
want to try
basically like
climbing these buildings, Assassin's Creed style?
she's looking for like basically a perch that she might be able to like jump onto, so she can have a better view to make looking around and remembering the path a bit easier for her.
Oh, I mean, if you want to find a perch that could allow you to do that, you'll have to somehow climb 30 feet of buildings. Because everything here
Yeah.
is tall, yo.
Dang, 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 dang. No.
Mo, you're starting to
Dang.
feel a little claustrophobic.
Ooh.
Oh no.
It's like
You didn't know.
home, but worse.
You noticed it before while the boy was leading you, but like this place is definitely tight for someone as wide as you.
Oh
And now
no.
without a guide or like actual proper direction, it kind of settles in on you that you barely have enough space to swing around. And in order for you to turn directly like a U-turn, you'll have to enter an egress. Like yeah, you'll have to go into an
Oh,
egress, back up, and then U-turn that way. You can't just turn normally.
Renee, I don't like this place anymore.
I'm
What's
not feeling so
wrong?
good anymore, Mr. Stark.
Ah,
I guess.
ah.
Oh shoot. Ah, what am I gonna do?
I wish I had like human noises ambience.
We are human noises.
Okay, think about what you guys are going to do because I'm thinking about the next event and I know exactly what's gonna happen.
Winnie has her lantern, and since it's dark, she's gonna try to use that.
Your magical lantern.
Yes.
Do you know if it's a cone or if it's or if it's like a circular revelation for darkness?
Let me check to see. It's called the Everbright Lantern 5e. That is a 120-foot cone.
120-foot cone. Okay.
Holy crap, that's like a freaking headlight.
Oh, it's a cone. Okay. So, you guys stuck in the darkness. Winnie brings out a spotlight, essentially. She takes it out of her cloak and she shines it in front of her. And right before you, temporarily blinding them, you see a bunch of people. Many of them thin, hungry, wielding knives, were crawling towards you.
Can I start stepping on them?
You're going to start just
He's
charging
gonna
through?
freaking rampage them.
Yeah.
Trample.
Okay, well, if you're going to try to charge through, you'll have to charge through Winnie as well.
Oh.
Winnie's gonna look to Mo and go, I don't want to do anything bad anymore.
Well, they're blinded.
Well, hold on.
They're blinded by the
I,
light, and in fact, they hiss. They hiss and they scream, going, "Theos, Theos, save me!" As they cower, their arms trying to shield away from the ever bright lantern, shaking and breaking in their feet.
I'll pick up Winnie and put her on my back to trample over the peoples.
All right, are you sure about this?
Yeah.
Winnie, are you gonna stop her?
She'll let herself get picked up.
Winnie, okay. Roll for me a D100. If you get a 30 and below, you're fine. If you get any higher, Winnie, congratulations, you have a sugar crash. How do you? Yeah, go ahead, describe it.
Miss Giggles, I don't feel so good. And
Oh my god.
Winnie, the world that was once so very bright is a little bit duller now in comparison. If this place wasn't even dark enough, she's feeling a lot more weary.
Okay.
And I don't know what to say. She is a little bit lax, I guess, in her movements.
Okay. And then I'll pick her up and put her on my back and start charging.
Okay, Winnie, you have one level of exhaustion, meaning that when you roll, yeah, I think one level of exhaustion means that your skills are at a disadvantage. But yeah,
Let me search up exhaustion, 5e.
it's okay. You can go ahead and search it up. You, Mo, start trampling your way through the people within this alleyway. Roll for me a D12 plus your
Okay.
strength.
D12 plus strength is 6.
Is that what you got?
Hold up.
$11.
I got 11.
Okay. Gritting your teeth, you bulldoze your way through the small alley, fearing for the worst. And as you do so, you hear screams of pain and shouts of mercy as frail individuals, creatures of the night, can't even tell if they're men, women, or children, echo out, adding just a little bit more of a clamor in this back alley place. You look behind you just for a bit to see the kind of carnage that you've dealt. And you definitely see people who are unmoving, about 11 of them, right behind you.
Did it feel good crushing their bony body against your hooves, Mo Giggles?
I don't. We haven't implemented sanity rolls here, and I don't think I will. But just so you know, if you thought that you were a good person, I'm going to have you change that. You managed to break through. Okay, now you're out of the alleyway and into the Broadway. And when I say Broadway, I just mean it's big enough for you to actually stretch out your arms, but the moment you stretch them out like in a T pose, the tips of your fingers are basically able to touch the other building. That's it. It's as broad as
Okay.
that. Now you're able to turn like a whole U-turn if you wanted, a 360 if you so chose. But here in this alleyway, well, inside at the Broadway, you see people, like you see shady people staring down at you from the buildings high above.
Do they see
And
the
the
blood?
intention,
The blood trail?
they see the no, they don't see that. I mean, it's dark, dark and when things are dark, blood is hard to find. But you could feel their intention in both of you, Winnie and Mo.
Oh.
You have two choices: take the left or take the right.
Oh
Will you
God.
take the red pill or the blue pill?
Oh God. Okay.
crap.
This will be your last decision this session.
Oh,
Or
dang.
Mo, do you
Dang, I
want
picked a poor
to
teammate.
take a look at what's going on? Winnie, I think you're still in your crash, right? Mo, do you want to take a look around before you make a final choice?
Yes.
Roll for me. I would say insight. Let me just double check on the skills. Okay, so you can choose. What do you feel would be good for you to use here? You could use your survival if you were trying to run away from danger. You're just basically trying to find a place that the direction of all the vectors of, you know, of where the vectors of intention, of bad intentions are away from you guys. You could try rolling for stealth, but that would mean going back into the back alleys.
I'll use survival.
You could try just rolling perception so you could have better idea.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So you could have a better idea.
Let's do perception.
Or you could try
instead,
You could try using intimidation, which would buy you an extra round, maybe 2.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or figuring out what to do. Or you could roll for insight,
It's all
deception.
depending on you, Mo.
Yep.
I'll use perception.
Okay, you wanna. Okay, if you use
Wait,
perception,
hold up.
you'll have. If you use perception, you will only have one choice to make afterwards. If you perceive well, great. If you perceive bad, it's still up to you. You sure you want to use
Wait,
perception?
which one gives us an extra move?
If you use intimidation, you can buy yourself an extra round, maybe 2 if you roll high enough.
Okay, I'll use intimidation.
Okay, you're going to intimidate these people. Tell me first what you're going to do, and I'll tell you what kind of how high you'll have to roll.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Brain. I probably do like a war cry, and then yeah, that's the best that I could think of.
Okay, you're just going to let loose the sound of a furious animal that's cornered.
Yes.
All right, that's effective. That's primal. Okay, I'm gonna have you roll. I'm gonna have you roll 15. You're going to need to roll a 15. You're going to need to meet or beat it. 15 or higher.
Am I able to try to assist her with this roll at all?
Do you have proficiency in intimidation?
Yeah.
No intimidation.
Okay, in that case,
Ooh,
no, you can't.
Check it out.
You made it. 16.
Yeah.
Mo, let's loose a primal roar coming out of her diaphragm and out of her throat. In fact, you feel a little sore after doing that, Mo, just how loud it is. You have earned yourself to 1 round.
Oh.
You have earned
Man.
yourself 1 round of 1 extra round. So you can still go ahead, like during this round after roaring, you can still try to do your perception. But you on the next round, you will have to make a choice immediately.
All right.
You can offer her advice and such. But also because you succeeded in this, I'm going to give you inspiration, Mo. So you have your inspiration back.
Yay!
What is
Okay.
your choice? How will you get out of this situation? The shadows seem to retreat, and for a moment, you feel as if there's light down like on the other ends of the street. But you're not. But as you spin around trying to get a look, because of your size, you can't exactly like look both ways.
Can
Mm.
Winnie's gonna perception?
Winnie, you're on Mo's
We're
back.
back.
Actually, kind of like sprawled, with the Everbright lantern pointing up. So it's almost as if your hand is on it. So it's almost as if you're putting out like a bat signal, and it's out in the skies, the dark skies. A bat signal.
It's the Bob's a lot signal.
Yeah, exactly.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Pause. Okay, for years to come, people will point up to the sky and won't talk about the incident where a strange bat signal was put out.
But yeah, can Winnie
And
try
thus
to?
the legend of the Vercy Knight came to be, the Dark Knight, a vigilante of justice. But anyway, keep going.
Can she try to perception for that light?
Are you talking Winnie?
Yes.
Okay, like what you want to try making like images using that
I'll
light?
try to do the percep. Wait, hold on. Oh dang it. Let's see. What's my intimidation? No. What am I gonna do? Let's see. Wait. You just give me an idea, and I think I might do it because it's funny.
Wait! Do it! Do it!
Winnie, maybe she's gonna try to freaking shadow puppet like something scary on her hands. I try to give like an animal sound and be like, oh, yeah, to just scare them a little bit to
Go
intimidate
ahead,
them.
do it,
Essentially.
do it. Roll. Okay, wait. Okay, so if you're going to do that, what's your purpose? Are you trying to like call for help or?
Oh. Wait. Hold on.
The clouds are low enough that your light, even though it's bright light at 120, it would still affect the canvas above. So you are able to do this. I'm going to
Oh,
say.
yay.
Oh my goodness, but yeah, she's
That
gonna
said,
call.
you do smell like the permeating smell of thunderstorm is coming by your way.
Oh dang, it's gonna rain soon. She is going to try. I guess she's gonna call for help. Trying to like light signal it. What would that be a roll for?
All right, so you're trying to be smart about this. So it's got to be, let's see. What would be good for... What do you think would
And
be
not
good
if
for
it was
this?
performance.
It could be. It could very well be. All right, go ahead. Use your performance.
Heck yeah!
Okay.
Oh!
Okay. So
Like flutters her hands on the thing is like.
the
Oh,
the
gang
miniature
signs.
sun in her hands. Winnie looks to the skies, and the thing that comes into her mind is to call for assistance.
Gang
And
signs,
so,
bro.
with the shadows, wielding the shadows in her own hands, she puts her hands in front of the sun. And what do you do? What symbols?
She's gonna do like the ninjutsu stuff.
For years to come, the people of Vercy will look at the skies, pointing towards the canvas of black clouds, and whisper about the days when the strange hand signs appeared above the skies. And yes, the inhabitants of the third layer, they look up and they see this darn thing, and they're like, "What in the world is she doing?" The moment that they wonder that, the sound of thunder explodes as one of the houses nearby your location lights
Thank
up.
you, Salt, for
A
following and welcoming.
lightning struck one of the
Hello,
buildings,
hello.
and it's currently
My
on
name is
fire, and you can
Nariko.
hear the people panicking inside.
And we are
And
doing
Mo,
our lovely
you can roll your
session.
your perception with advantage because no one is paying attention right now. They are currently distracted.
perception
Yeah.
at an
Yes.
advantage.
Ah, you did that.
Hell yeah.
Lightning art.
Oh my.
Well, it's a good thing you have inspiration, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
I'll
gosh, no.
reroll.
9 out of 9. Oh my gosh.
That was terrible. That's horrible. How could this happen?
Wait.
Just roll perception once.
Perception.
Yep.
Come on. Come on, girl. It's another 9. Okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I guess that's good enough. I was gonna say you need at least a 15, but okay.
The rule of
Just because of the
cool.
darkness. But I will, okay. I'll lower it just because of the lightning strike. It would give you enough light to see both
Yeah.
ends, at least temporarily. To your left.
Yeah.
Cool.
To your left, Mo. You see people walking by in the rain, and they seem to be hurrying. Some of them are wielding lanterns of their own. And to your right, it's mostly empty. But you see a street lamp there, and a person who seems to be underneath the lamp, waiting for someone, maybe? Which choice will you take? The left towards the crowd, the right towards the individual. The left towards the lanterns, the right towards the street lamp.
Hold up. Thank you, Salt, for the stretch redeem. I shall stretch. Okay. Thank you. Let's see.
What, that was it? That was your stretch?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
What a comfy stretch.
Should we go to the
Make your choice.
decisions?
Okay, I'm going to count down, all right?
10, which way?
9,
Which
The lamp.
Huh?
7, 6,
The lamp. Okay.
5,
Let's go to the lamp
4. Are you
area
sure?
with the
3,
yes.
2, 1. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll end our session there.
Ah!
Woo. That got me towards
Okay.
the end. Woo.
All right. So,
All right.
what is your highlight for this session?
Ninjutsu lantern style.
Lightning style, just calling down lightning.
Just high-fiving the young kid.
Why didn't you pay him, you guys? What the frig? Are you that?
Well, we didn't have any money.
Why didn't you just mention the rich
Well, I
boys?
was going
You
to,
don't say what you do
but
not
I
have.
decided to give him a high five.
I mean, you could have just mentioned it afterwards. You would have been like, wait.
Well, yeah, and then but I forgot.
Well, that's
Way
very
down
Mo.
Baytown.
How about you, Mo? What's your favorite moment in this session?
It's just the trying to high five the kid and just talking to the baker.
The baker. Okay, yeah. I was surprised no one went to the macaroons.
That was my second choice.
Oh, if I knew that.
You gotta go big.
All right. So, where do you think that this adventure will take you guys for next session? Do you guys remember your goal?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
What is your goal?
Tree, memories, and side goals.
No, your
Yeah.
goal was to hunt down the man. The
Oh,
dude.
man.
Yes, the man. The dude
man?
who captured Mo Giggles. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, memories. Yeah, that's memories.
Okay, never mind. Okay, cool. I thought you guys actually
Yeah.
forgot. I'm like, wow, these adventurers, they get
no,
caught up in side quests and then they're just lost.
Hey, man. We've been
Hey,
This isn't
the
the-
side quest.
world.
We
This isn't the
love
JRPG,
side
you know?
quests. We get distracted by side quests. Okay.
Hey, I'm happy that you guys are. I mean, it sounds like you guys are having a good time with just that much.
Love roleplay so
Okay.
much.
All right, so anything we should say before we end this session? Oh, by the way, you guys are going to level up to level 5 next session because
Woo.
you got wait no, you guys are already level 5, aren't you?
Yeah,
You guys will
we
be
co-op.
leveling up to level 8. No, 7.
8?
Put you guys to
7?
7 because that should
A
be your
level?
next feature. Level 8 would give you a next
Oh,
ability check, ability score. So you guys are gonna be at 7.
oh, okay.
That'll unlock a few like traits for your from your class.
Wait, right now
All
or
right.
that'll be next time?
Anytime before the next session. When we get to the next session, like if we have time early, I'm going to have you guys just do that if you haven't done it. The reason why you're getting
Wait,
this now
okay.
is because next session is going to be combat heavy, definitely.
Yeah! Woohoo!
I want to close it off
Uh,
with you guys meeting the
okay.
man.
Stick it
Oh,
to the man.
okay.
Yeah, you wonder who that person is that was waiting in the hallway staring at you?
Wait, the oh! Really? Is it who I think it is?
Just trolling us.
Maybe.
Oh!
You made an interesting choice. Let me just say, when you chose to go for the individual rather than the crowd.
Well, I thought the street lamp. Street lamp means path to civilization. They don't have the street lamps in exactly level 4. I'd imagine they'd have that in the connection between 4 to 3.
Anyway, continuing.
Hmm. The doctor guy.
Alright, we gotta figure out what happened to that lady that we like gave a seizure to or whatever.
Okay, well that one was just like a subplot. If you guys wanted to continue forward with that, it would mean that you guys would follow a different house, not House Rousseau. But basically, that subplot was just so you guys understand a bit of the lore. In the world of Aya, people who are magicians or who have access to magic are called gifted. But the thing with casting magic, especially, casting any magic, doesn't matter which species you are. When you're trying to cast magic and you're trying to concentrate on it, the moment your concentration is broken, huge, tremendous magical feedback returns to you. Your spell that you're casting still
Oh.
occurs, but like you suffer for it. Many gifted mages die because they are distracted during their concentration.
Oh.
Well, thankfully, the woman that you guys distracted was skilled enough to manage the pain. That's why she was doubling over. She was already feeling it. You guys were already distracting her too much, but she managed to cause herself to faint while she's casting the spell to reduce the amount of damage it would deal to her. And like the only real feedback was that her body started bleeding. When you're sweating blood, that's a really bad sign, but it's worse than dying.
Oh. Oh.
Oh dang, so
Oh.
that dude really did have patience with us. Shoot. Uh-oh. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Well.
We'll resolve everything. It'll be a happy end. Don't worry, guys.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
the next session, I will not be easy on you guys when it comes to combat. So that means,
Oh no.
Nariko, please remember to use your rage, because if you don't, you will be taking a ton of
Yes.
damage.
Yeah, I'll remember to do that next time.
Yeah, because I think we're going to pick up exactly when you guys meet this person. It's gonna be very interesting. That's gonna be very cool.
Okay. Okay. I think. Okay. Okay.
Alright, so this is Vito Gunnhilder. Thank you guys for being part of my game.
Thank you for being our DM.
Jabby, Jane.
This is Jabby. Mammy. Alright. So, I guess we're good here.
All right. Let me go to the just
Go ahead.
chatting. All right. We'll be going out ending stream soon. Robin Hood, welcome on in. Thank you for lurking. And Solved, welcome on in. Thank you for following. And for Stretch. I was playing D&D with my friends. I shoved my head underground while the bard was getting really close to a earth spirit. Oh, okay. I would like to thank everybody for lurking and watching and chatting. I hope you guys have a good day, evening, afternoon and night. We will be rating a friend. Their name is Tai Tai Kirby K-pop. Since he is live, I shall go. Oh, I forgot. Oh, all right. Thank you. Okay. So we shall raid. Hold up. Raid. Tai Kirby K-pop. And yeah. I hope you have the a great day today or night. So we'll go ahead and raid Tai Tai, and yeah. Goodbye everybody. Hold up, let's put this there. Oh, wait.